Let me tell you guys, I have amassed an abundance of fragrances. I have so many different colognes here that it's kind of laughable. There's 52 bottles of cologne at this table, and today I'm going to do a video going over every single one. I'm going to talk briefly about some, going more into detail on others, and stay tuned to the end of the video to find out which one is my favorite of all time. Let's get into it. So the first fragrance that I'm going to talk about is this Ocean Pacific Storm. I got this at Burlington, and as you can see, I have not used a drop of this. I really regret buying a lot of these because they're just cheapies and they're not the greatest as far as performance, but they do smell good. So this one is one that I'm going to give to my videographer Jesse because he's here filming this video and he needs some cologne, and I have plenty. I have enough to feed Africa. So this is the first one. This was about $10. Don't recommend this one. It's just not the best. So the next one is Steedsen, I believe is how you pronounce this. And this is a very old-fashioned manly cologne. This is something you could get at Walmart for like 20 bucks. It smells decent. It's kind of alcohol-y if you really think about it, but it is masculine, it is manly, and it does smell good. So I'm giving him that one as well. And then I'm gonna also send him with a bottle of this. This is actually one of my favorite colognes. This is St. Bart's by Tommy Bahama. And this one, it's very citrusy, it's very orangey and very fresh. So it's a good fragrance. For me, when I wear this fragrance in the dry down, it makes me feel a little bit nauseous when I smell it. And so it does smell good. I'm gonna see how he enjoys it, but I much prefer its counterpart, which is right here. And that is St. Kitts. St. Kitts is a really good fragrance. I really enjoy this one. The smell is perfect. It's fresh. It's citrusy. It's salty. It's just a great fragrance. So I like that one. That one was $20 as well as the other one. The next one I'm going to talk about is something that is near and dear to my heart. My Aunt Mary, who passed away a few years ago, gave me this bottle. And this is Obsession by Calvin Klein. If you know anything about this bottle of cologne, you know that this is a very cinnamon smell. It's very strong. It's very sharp. I used to wear this in high school, oddly, which this is like a fragrance for 40-year-old guys. You can still get this. It's a Eau de Toilette. It lasts a very long time. So if you're looking for a powerhouse cinnamon fragrance, this is the one to get. The next fragrance, these are also some cheapies. Red Classic Match. You could get this at Walmart. Very basic fragrance. It's nothing special. It's like Polo Red or Polo, yeah, it's inspired by Polo Red. So it does smell like Polo Red, but it is like a third of the price. So that's something to consider. Speaking of Red Classic Match, we have the normal Classic Match, and this Classic Match is a copy of this Polo Blue. So these two smell very similar. They're both kind of mediocre fragrances. Yeah, these are just two that I've also ran through. I also have here a bottle of Victory League by Adidas. This is nothing special. It's very basic, very powdery in its smell. It's a Eau de Toilette. It's just something I picked up. It was like $10 as well. This one is Candies, and you may remember because this is a 90s fragrance, but this is one of the newer formulations. So it doesn't smell as good as the original, but it's pretty decent. I actually really like it. These next two, I'm just going to lump these together. These are Starter Sport and Starter Elite. These are also from the 90s. I love the smell of both of these. They're very citrusy, very smooth, fresh fragrances, and so I keep those handy. Those were $5 a piece. I got those at a thrift store. Valentino Umo, this is a little bit more expensive, about 80 bucks a bottle, but this is a really nice fragrance, really solid, and performs very well. So I like that one as well. Then we also have here, getting into some of the more expensive ones, this is Coach. I don't know the particular model, but this is a good Coach fragrance. If you are someone who wants something that smells, I honestly don't know how to describe the smell of that, but that's the Coach one. Then I was looking for the longest time for a really good honey fragrance, and so I got this Animal for men, and this is a Eau de Toilette. It's a very brown liquid, so it is very honey smelling, and it smells very good. Another cheap one, Colty Musk. I got this from Meyer. It's a cologne spray, nothing fancy, very powdery, very musky, about $12. So that's another one that I have. And then we have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. This is a really good one. I really do enjoy this one. It's very salty, very aquatic, so it's great for the summertime. This is Alante Cologne or something like that. It's another kind of cheapy. I got this from Sephora. It smells very good, very lemony, and that one is currently out. Then we also have Spice Reserve. I used to wear this quite a bit, but I don't wear it as much as I used to. It's a Eau de Cologne, so it's the lowest concentrate of cologne. You really want to get a Eau de Parfum instead of a Eau de Cologne because this is just not going to be as strong, but it still smells very good. Getting into this one is another old fragrance. Got this at Bath & Body Works. They don't make this anymore, but this is C.O. Bigelow, number 1585. I really love this fragrance. I'm low on it, and so I'm trying to keep it because it smells very good. It is a very nice fragrance. I can't describe it, but I really do enjoy it. And then getting into some of the other fragrances that I have, we have YSL. I'm not sure which one this is, but I do love it. It's a great fragrance as well. It's very woody, so it's something that's great for the summer. I wouldn't wear it in the wintertime because it's just not going to be as strong of performing of a fragrance. Okay, so the next fragrance I'm going to talk about is this GU Black. I got this, was a gift for Christmas. It's supposed to smell like Acqua di Gio. It kind of does, it kind of doesn't. It's a cheapie, $10 Walmart fragrance. So there's that one. Now I'm going to get into some of the more expensive fragrances that I have here in the collection. So I've kind of saved these ones because they are more higher end than the rest of these. So the first one that I'm really going to get into, oh, actually I forgot another cheap one. This is Pure Vibe for men. I got this at TJ Maxx. So again, if that tells you anything, it was maybe $5 or $10. It's very cheap. How does that smell actually? It does smell good though, I can say. So there's that one. Now getting into the more higher end fragrances, the things that I wear more frequently. First one I'm going to talk about is Bentley Intense for Men. This fragrance right here is a powerhouse. It arguably lasts longer than my Tom Ford. It is very alcohol-y, very rummish. It smells like rum, like you're drinking alcohol. Like, I've been considered an alcoholic wearing this because like it smells so like a drink. It smells just like a drunk person. It's really like strong. So if you want something that smells very strong like alcohol, like rum, this is definitely going to be the fragrance for you. This is something you do not wear in the summertime because this is engulfing. You will choke on this fragrance. It is that strong. Next one is Clean Reserve. This is just a little travel scent. This is probably the freshest fragrance in my wardrobe. It is super fresh. I just hate that it doesn't last long, but if you want the full bottle of that, it's like $100. Okay, getting into some of the big boys, we have here Tobacco Vanille. You guys have seen this on the channel. This is by Tom Ford. It is a showstopper. It is a great fragrance. Very tobacco-y smelling, very vanilla-ish smelling. Lasts 12 to 16 hours. Even if you get in the shower, you're still going to be able to smell this fragrance. So it's really one that you definitely want to have in your wardrobe for that fall and winter. Going on to this one, this is another cheap one. I don't even know the name of this, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Okay, so this next fragrance is kind of a little bit more of just a random one that I got, and I'm actually really happy I got it. This is Harmon Amber Oud Gold Edition. The reason I got this is because I thought it was their Amber Oud Rogue, which is a knockoff or a mild comparison to Baccarat Rouge 540, which is by Francis Kurkdjian, which is a really nice fragrance. It lasts a long time. And so I got this one on accident because I thought this was the 2-ounce bottle of the Amber Oud Rogue, but I was wrong. And so this one, a little bit more feminine, but it does smell absolutely amazing. I wear this every week. It lasts 12 hours on my skin, and it is a great fragrance. I'll probably end up doing a full video on this sometime in the future. Speaking of Tom Fords, going back to the house of Tom Ford, we have Tuscan Leather, which is my most expensive fragrance in the collection. I only wear this in the fall and winter. This is a very strong fragrance, and it lasts a very long time. It kind of smells like an 80s drug dealer. It smells kind of like cocaine, which is not, you wouldn't think it's a good thing, but this put together with the leather smell, it really is something special, and it's something that I definitely recommend if you're looking for something in that higher end price range. This bottle was like $350 or $360, so it was a very expensive bottle, but it was definitely worth it. Okay, the next fragrance I'm out of, but this is a great summer fresh fragrance, and this is Dior Sauvage Parfum. This is the straight parfum. I don't recommend the Eau de Parfum or the Toilette version. This one smells really good. This bottle has been empty for almost a year, and you could still smell it. That's just how great the fragrance is. So if you're looking for a good summer fragrance, this is the one to get, Dior Sauvage Parfum. It's really good. Kind of along that line is their nemesis, which is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Honestly, if I'm comparing the two of these, I think that the Bleu de Chanel is not as good as the Dior Sauvage. This one's more popular, but I just don't think it is as good as the Parfum version of Dior Sauvage. So the next one is Bleu de Chanel. I recently got this. I thought it would last a lot longer than it does, but it really doesn't last a long time. And so that is that fragrance. Okay, so another really high-end fragrance is Burberry Touch. You could get this for about 40 bucks. It's another powdery winter fall fragrance. It smells very good. It's decent. The performance is really good. It's a very strong fragrance, but I just nowadays don't like a really powdery fragrance. So this is, you know, it's good, but it's mediocre in my opinion. So stay away from that one probably. The final three fragrances that I'm going to get into are from the house of Kilian. The first one is Kilian Angel Share. This is a really nice fragrance. It is also kind of a alcoholic smelling scent. It's very boozy as well. It smells like a nice brandy or just a really good drink. Great performance. I love the bottle. I love the styling, and it smells absolutely fantastic. The next one from Kilian is Gold Night. This is a more honey smelling fragrance. When I was in the search for a good honey fragrance, you know, I was of course considering the Animal, and I got that. But I also got this on the higher end. And honestly, I kind of regret buying this cologne because after a while, it smells a lot like Tobacco Vanille. So I feel like I wasted money on it. I still have the bottle filled up all the way, so I'm considering selling it. But again, I might keep it because it does smell so much like the Tom Ford. I'll just wear this and save the Tom Ford. Oh, and just to clarify, this bottle was $195. This one was $240, and the final one was $240, and that is Kilian Rolling in Love. This is my favorite fragrance of all time. This is a gourmand fragrance along with the other two from Kilian. It is very gourmand. You can smell the almond in the fragrance. You can smell some of those more earthy notes. It's just a hard smell to describe. It's very sweet. It's very almondy. You can smell a little bit of honey in there. You can smell some of the milkiness. It's just a really good fragrance, and I highly recommend it. And this is probably my favorite fragrance of all time. Okay, so that is my favorite fragrance. Two more that I forgot. This is a go-to. Whenever I run low on a bottle of this, I always get a new bottle. This is great for the summertime. It lasts a long time. It's salty, it's aquatic, it smells good, it's fresh. This is Davidoff Cool Water Eau de Toilette. Great fragrance. And then last but not least is English Leather. This is very old school, very old fashioned. This is just a little bottle. I honestly don't recommend you get this because it does get really powdery after the dry down, but you know, it's classic, so that's why it's in the collection. Okay, so the next one is Blue Jeans by Versace. This is a great fragrance. Came out in 1994. It smells great. It still stands the test of time. Great fragrance, great bottle. I love the presentation of it. It's very unique. The last one that I'm going to talk about today is this Invictus, and I'm not sure what Invictus this is, but it's Invictus. So if you Google Invictus, you'll find this bottle. It's by Paco Rabanne, who makes One in a Million, which is another great fragrance. This one's a little bit more fresh, so you could get a lot more wear out of this. And this has been one of my summer staples as well, one of my go-tos. So that is my collection, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, I have a problem. I know I do. I need to go to rehab. I spend too much money on cologne. I'm trying to cut back, but it is an addiction. I'm just joking. It's not an addiction, but hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the collection, and I hope this video inspired you to start building your own collection. If I was to recommend you 3 of these to buy, I would say go with this first one, Dior Sauvage, which is really good. It's a great fresh fragrance. And you know, I just forgot, I left out this one. This is Milestone by Club de Nuit. I have a video on this channel about this, so I'm not gonna say much, but this is a good one. So back to what I'd recommend. If you're looking for a good summer fragrance, I'd say get this. This is Dior Sauvage. I would also say get yourself Kilian Rolling in Love for a special occasion. This is also a great fragrance. And then if you want something that is a cheapie that also performs well and is a great fragrance, I'd recommend you get Davidoff Cool Water. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And with that being said, I'm Robert, this is Gent Style, and I will see you in the next video.